The wind actually got up to 46 knots, and that's what's created a little bit of wind swell effectively for today. And Gigs, we were expecting that southwest buster to come through. And then we had Edgard Groggia, little flatter one as it came through to the inside, but then the wave stands up and he manages to tag it twice and hammers in the end section, really blowing hard. So I'd expect it's going to continue like this.
It's on. Semi-final number one of the men's side of the draw. The Ballito Pro nuggety surfing from Ian Gouveia. For Ian.
Look at this. He's lining things up on his backhand. Great snap. A lot of flow. He really has had a great momentum through the event, and I love how he's connecting those turns.
Edgard Groggia, already 28 years old. He's been on and off, in and out of the competition scene for a while, as we see him just activating here again. We saw him do this yesterday perfectly. He went into some excellent category scores, and one of them, I think, went as high as a 9 yesterday, Mike. And Edgard Groggia, 28 years of age. This man here, Ian Gouveia, now 31 and still solidly campaigning here on the Challenger Series. Had a brilliant run through Australia, and we'll talk more about that as he just looks for the inside T section. Lovely knifing turn, accentuated there as well. Taps the confirmation that, yes, I've made this wave.
He's got a big smile, and every heat he's got more and more in the zone. I like how he uses that first two sort of turns to set up the end section, which really was the big money turn of this wave, and he hammers it with style.
That is for sure. Let's have a look at his opponent, Edgard, slamming into an end section of his own. So broken beach break conditions here. It's not our regular longer running right-handers. We've seen multiple peaks here. Think of his win over in Chopu just 2 seasons back. We'll question him about a few of those things, but his fellow countryman Ian Gouveia is in form in 2024, and he'll be doing things like that. And yes, that is a make in our opinion. Yes, there it is. He emphasizes it again. And was that the clutch moment of semi-final number one to establish our first finalist, Mark, for Ian Gouveia, because he is looking really on point?
I feel like Ian has been surfing really well the last few years, but I feel it's confidence, right? So after that air at Snapper, that's pretty crazy, and I feel his confidence level went up, and now he's making everything he's trying. So I feel like that confidence level, it's up the roof, and you can see, he's throwing to the air like with the wind, no grab, and he's like making sure he's...
As we go down to just over 21 minutes, and as I say that, straight back into action again, Gouveia just sharking through the line, the opportunity. And, of course, Miguel, you were just saying there's just a confidence to him this year. Let's see how Edgard can answer. And that is a throwaway right there. So, advantage Ian Gouveia here in semi-final number one.
We have a good connection there, and he was crying the day I won Chopo, and I'm really happy for him to see he doing well,
Well, we're seeing where Edgard Groggia is trying to take his focus here. He's got to find some top-end numbers of his own now. But Caio Belli on screen there, of course, a young Felipe Toledo at the time. Names like Pedersen, Crisanto, they were all part of the charge along with you, Miguel. And, well, a little rodeo clown flip there. We're starting to see this is, an urgency now to Edgard Groggia. And, Miguel, what should he be doing right now? As we're just watching Edgard, he'll be sharking and looking for every opportunity in the lineup. And Miguel, while we got the opportunity to just kind of pick a few topics with you, it was a long time coming. I mean, you served many years in the championship tour jersey. Let's just watch Edgard here. Can he find a big number? That's a nice huck. Gets it done. Into the pocket here. Is there a last little statement on the end? All the points from that will come. And he's got to start going into at least a 7. 6s or 7s to unpick that score.
Yeah, I gotta pick Gabriel out of all those guys, just because he has won that event so many times and so many finals, and he's for me the favorite. But we know all the names that are in there: John and Jack, and even João Chianca. He's looking really good out there as well.
On the other side of the draw, 2 young surfers in the form of Winter Vincent and Nolan Raposa. And it makes for a great story here as Edgard Groggia goes back to the sky, incomplete, just really forcing the issue here. And you can feel his pressure here with 4.5 minutes to go. We just saw a little bit of a wind grain going right to left across your screens. And Ian Gouveia will just switch up direction now. He found the 917 going left, got the spicy backhand. He knifes that one through, just blocking out Edgard Groggia.
Here he comes.
Well, 17th wave of the semi-finals for Edgard Groggia. Big, solid surfer. And he'll go to the air. There we go. Just incomplete landing on the coping and just not getting the rumble into completion. You see his frustration now visible. What a 2024 our man from Porta de Galinas is having. And he's going to we'll split the peak, so we'll stay with the action with Ian Gouveia ripping with energy and now punting to the...
That aerial maneuver from Ian Gouveia was the highlight of the heat, and Edgard Groggia really staying busy. The number of waves has almost gone off the screen, and his main wave, really, that 5.33, the very first one, but not able to really get back on the scoreboard after that, Gigs.